7 points up for the Nifty and 40 points up for the Sensex. The Bank Nifty, where we've seen more like a start and a stop and a start and a stop kind of an pattern, is also off to a very flat start. 18 points up for the Bank Nifty. That's about it. Individual stocks, and you want to start with Bharat Forge. After that data on Class A trucks, Bharat Forge is off to a good start. Markets are getting convinced that the things are turning around for Bharat Forge. 26 rupees higher for Bharat Forge. From Bharat Forge, let's move to Vedanta, another stock, another newsmaker. Vedanta is also off to a flat start, 260 rupees. The newsmaker yesterday, I won't say newsmaker yesterday, the big mover yesterday was Venky's, and Venky's will just come up on your screen. Another 3.5% up for Venky's. So 20% on Tuesday, 10% on Wednesday, another 3%. That makes it about 34-35% in a matter of just 3 trading sessions, and this is coming on back of very strong volumes. IDFC twins, both IDFC Bank and IDFC Limited, they were in demand. RPL Pankaj, broke that story that a preferential issue in RBL, which is Ratnakar Bank, is coming very soon. It could be at 510. That could be the base building price, and it is trading at a marginal premium ahead of that fundraising exercise. And then I finally want to mark Jubilant Foodworks and Jubilant Pharma, because Jubilant Pharma was in demand yesterday, and Jubilant Food has been a smart trending stock. Tanvir?
Well, that's a quick summary of the market open this morning. I just want to quickly mark Lupin, because that one has opened high of about 2% as well. From the index, some of the mild movers, Tata Power, ITC, Ambuja Cement are doing their bit in the market session, and ICICI Bank can seek some traction. The Bank Nifty should also come up for you on your screens, because we are looking at a 28% return on the Bank Nifty from a year-to-date perspective. But it's quietened off over the last few sessions. Real estate, of course, as a pocket, continues to soar, so not surprised to see so up 5%. But that's the focus on rate sensitives, particularly in the session thus far. For the broader markets, I'm also seeing an INFA pick up about 4%. It'd be interesting to see the 7-day chart on INFA, because it's been a slow and steady move, not supported so much by volumes. It's a low volume stock. We already covered the fact that aside of Sobha Limited, there's DB Realty and some of the other real estate majors which are picking up. Some of the stocks from the top 5 that we highlighted: Bharat Forge up 2.5%, PNB up 2.5%, and I think that's lifting sentiment for some of the mid-tier names from the PSU banking space. There's of course traction that we're seeing in fertilizers that continues, with Chambal Fertilizers particularly being a case in point, is high about 2%. It should bring up Indigo ahead of that all-important analyst call on making a bid for Air India. We'll have to see how that works in for Interglobe Aviation. I don't know how the analyst community would take to that piece of news. And then of course, most important, should also highlight from our today's top 5, some of the stocks which are rallying from the pharmaceutical space. Lupin is one of them, but like Nikush pointed out, there's Jubilant Life also, which is picking it up in the session. Kaplan Point, 7%. I remember speaking to the management. They had some very bullish calls on revenues and profits going forward. Good capacity expansion plans as well, nudging 700. I'm not surprised. They're in a niche business, so that is working quite well for them. Okay, Venky's India now up 7%, 2461. Day before yesterday, when I was reading a brokerage report on Venky's India, and it said the target would be 2150. One would have not thought that the frenzy would go beyond that mark so quickly and so swiftly.